In 2018, I quit my job to pursue music full-time. My plan was to go all in, except I didn't actually know how to go all in. I didn't know what that looked like and what that meant. I kind of woke up in the middle of the year in this daze, and I realized I've actually achieved nothing this year. I was on the government benefit because I couldn't actually make any money. My music sucked and I didn't know what I was doing with myself. I've been thinking a lot about what went wrong that year because this year 2024 is actually really similar for me. I finished a music degree at uni last year and I was tossed back out into the real world, and I'm oh my gosh, I've got to figure this music thing out now because I'm $30,000 in debt. I need to make it as a musician. I don't want a repeat of 2018. I've really got to figure it out. I have to go all in. Thankfully nowadays, I've got a much better idea of what going all in actually means and what it looks like. And I wanted to make this video to share some of the main ideas and the main things that I've been doing in my life that have really been working for me. And so maybe these ideas are going to help you as well. The first idea is morning deep work. This year, I really committed to waking up at 6 a.m. every single day to get some work done. I honestly think that the morning is the best time to get work done because the world is still asleep and you can sit down and focus on one particular task for a certain amount of time and really get into a focused state of mind, because in the morning your mind is still undistracted. Hopefully you haven't been scrolling social media, so it's clutter free and you can really get into that deep flow state, which is what you want. And when you're in that state, you can really get a lot of work done. It could be a good time to practice your instrument. It could be a great time to produce music or compose music or study. And honestly, if you commit to this and do this every single day, you will be astounded at how much you can actually get done and how much you can actually achieve in your mornings. You know, for myself, I've been able to script these YouTube videos. I've been able to work on my keyboard arrangements for the covers that I do on my channel. I've been able to build my business and write a book even, and it's only April. You can achieve so much. Honestly, I'm telling you, if you want to get work done, get into the habit of getting up early and getting into a deep, focused state of mind, and you will achieve so much, I promise you. The second idea is what I call daily minimum practice. I think a big part of going all in is practicing your instrument daily. The work has got to be done. The only way to get good at your instrument is by practicing consistently. And for myself, I've always been quite good at practicing, quite consistently, but I never had it as a daily practice. This year, I really decided I'm practicing every single day. And so I set up what I call the daily minimum, which is my minimum amount of time that I'll be practicing every single day. Now, for me, it's 1 hour, but that's not to say that I'll practice more than that. Currently I'm practicing 2 hours every day, but I require of myself 1 hour of practice every day. I need to get that 1 hour of practice every day, and I don't care how I'm feeling. It doesn't matter if I'm unmotivated or uninspired or tired or whatever. I'm getting that practice in because that's the idea. You're practicing every single day no matter what. To set up your daily minimum, you want to find a good amount of time that you can actually commit to every single day. That could be 1 hour, that could be just 30 minutes or even just 20 minutes. It doesn't really matter how much you do. What matters is that you show up every single day. And B, you want to find a time of the day that you can slot that in. The whole goal is to make it a habit. For me, I do my 1 hour every morning after I've had my breakfast. Another great thing about practicing every day is that you're going to be on top of your chops, so to speak, right? You're going to be really solid at your instrument at any given time. So whenever it comes to do a performance or to do some kind of recording or whatever you do as a musician, you're going to be on top of your game because you've done your practice that day and the day before and the day before that, and you're going to be improving over time. The third idea is that I changed my mindset. I honestly think that mindset and self-belief are so important, because I just think back to 2018. I had the worst mindset, you know. I really subscribed to all of those ideas of like the starving artist and the trope of being the musician who couldn't make it, you know, financially struggling and on the government benefit, and like, you know, putting my suffering into my music. And I really believed that it wasn't actually possible to make it as a musician, to make any kind of money as a musician. And like, I really subscribed to those ideas, and it informed how I viewed myself and how I viewed my craft. Nowadays, I look back at that attitude and I really think that it's quite unproductive, and it just didn't help me whatsoever. And so nowadays, especially this year, I've really focused on cultivating a very productive and professional attitude. I'm not trying to make it as an artist or trying to make it as a musician. No, I am a musician and I'm building my business and I'm building my music career. That's how I think about it, and that's how I talk about it. I am actually building a business. It's called Unlock the Keyboard, and I'm doing work. You know, I work to make this stuff happen. You know, it's not some hobby or something that I'm doing on the side. No, I'm doing work, and I know that if I keep showing up every single day, it's going to generate results. Having that professional attitude and that mindset is just so critical, and it's what gets me up every single morning, you know, because I'm like, I've got to do the work. Like, the work has got to be done. If you want to achieve anything great, you've got to put in the work. And these days, there's so many people online like trying to tell you that you can, you know, for example, grow a YouTube channel in like 6 months. No, you can't. It's not that simple. It takes years of work to actually build something meaningful. The fourth idea is that I started to build my brand and my business. So I already told you that, you know, I'm building a business called Unlock the Keyboard, which is like my piano and keyboard coaching business. With this point, I'm more talking about the personal brand, right? You know, as musicians, we are the brand. And so I think it's really important to be like building our social media following. And the way to do this is by making content, right? So for me, I'm really focused on growing this YouTube channel here, the Josh Bots channel. I've been making so much content. Like, I've been sharing my music. I've been making videos like this where I share, you know, things that I've been learning. There's so many things that you can make content about, and the whole idea is that you just want to start making content and start to grow your audience. There is this idea of 1,000 true fans, which is that all you need is 1,000 true fans who will love you and love your work and will pay for your work. We want to start finding our 1,000 true fans because they are out there, but the only way to reach them is by posting content. I am going all in on growing this YouTube channel, and by that I mean posting consistently and trying to level up my content and working on improving my keyboard grooves and working on improving my music and my covers, and you know, my videos like this, I want to, you know, have more value to provide and all of that kind of stuff. And so that's what it means to go all in on, you know, building your brand as a musician online, I think. And the fifth idea is that I've become much more organized this year. I really think that a big part of going all in is actually being organized and being strategic, right? So nowadays I really like organize my life on Notion. Like, I've really taken to Notion. I think it's such a powerful tool for organizing your life because you can have like databases and lists and checkboxes, and there's so many ways that you can customize it. And so I've got a homepage that I'm always in. Like, every single morning I go to my homepage and I check like, what am I working on today? You know, what are my dates? What, you know, just having all of my thoughts and ideas and basically having my life mapped out and like organized in one place is just so powerful, right? But the idea that I wanted to share with you in this point is actually called multi-scale planning. So multi-scale planning is where you've planned and strategized for the year ahead, and you plan on different time scales. So you plan the year, and then you plan like the semesters. So for example, January, February, March, April, May, and June, like semesters of 3 months. And then you plan the month based on what you want to achieve in semester. And then you plan the week based on what you need to achieve in the month. And then you can plan the day, right? So you can get onto a really micro scale. And the whole idea is that you're staying focused, right? You're focusing your time and energy, because it's one thing to like be, you know, committed to doing the work and showing up every day, but it's another thing to actually be focused on the right things and to be doing the work based on a strategy, right? One of my main strategic goals currently is to get this YouTube channel to 1,000 subscribers. Like, that is my main strategic goal for this semester, which is, you know, April, May, and June, because that's going to help me build my business and it's going to help me get to steps B, C, and D, right? And so the whole idea with this is that you actually want to start strategizing, because strategy is so powerful. You're mapping your future as a musician, you know? And so it's not about having these music dreams, you know, I want to become this, I want to become that. No. You've got to create a strategy of how you're actually going to achieve those things. And you want to be putting in the work every single day towards achieving them, right? And you can do this with multi-scale planning, and that's what I've been doing this year, and it's really been helping me stay focused on the right things. It's taken me 7 years to learn a lot of these lessons, and these things I've talked about just now, they're things that I've implemented this year, but there's a few more things that I wanted to share with you, things that I've learned over these 7 years and that I think are also really valuable in terms of going all in as a musician. The first one is that you want to create a productive and a creative environment and a space to do your work in. So you're looking at my one here. So this is in my bedroom, and I love this space. It's, you know, it's my creative space, my creative zone, and I've got my keyboard here. It's set up nicely with Logic, so I can just sit down and get to work. I've got all of my gear like loosely set up around me, so I can like just, you know, sit down and make a video like this. And you know, it's set up nicely, so there's lights and there's, you know, a plant here. There's like these paintings, and the idea is that it's a really nice and wholesome and inspiring place to be in. You know, I have no problem getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning every single morning, because I get to sit here in this creative space and I love it. And so if you have a space like this, it's really going to help with getting into that focused state of mind, that creative state of mind where you can actually make music and make stuff happen. So that's the first one. The second thing that I learned was that you want to invest in education. If you are serious about going all in as a musician, and maybe you're a little bit like earlier on in your music journey, I think honestly you want to invest in your education. You know, looking back on my music journey, it's clear that actually going back to uni and investing that money to, you know, pay for a music degree, it really helped set me up to become a professional musician and like actually start working towards building a career as a musician. Because before going to uni, I thought I could just wing it. I thought I could just like do my own practice at home and like watch YouTube videos, and I thought I was fine. And yeah, maybe you can do that, but honestly, if you go to university, you're suddenly around like professionals who have done this and who have had music careers, and they know how to help you. You know, another part of investing in, you know, music education is that you're invested, right? So I'm now $30,000 in debt. Like, I've got to make this work. I have to go all in as a musician to actually make it happen. Yeah, honestly, invest. And that doesn't necessarily mean go to uni and go get a Bachelor of Music. No, you could take some course online, or join an online community, or find a coach who can like help guide you along and teach you some important things, or anything like that, right? So there's a lot of different ways to invest in your education. And the last idea that I wanted to finish this video off with is to actually be sober. And so this is a very personal thing. Like, this is what I've found in my own life. I've been sober for like 4 years now, and it has really helped me get into like a really focused and zoned in state of mind and state of being. And like, I'm just like narrowed in now, and I can get up early in the morning and I have a clear mind, and I have no problem with like, you know, hangovers or anything like that. Back in 2018, I was just like high all the time, and I was drinking, and I used to think that like smoking was helping my music and it was helping me become a better musician, but that was a lie. It absolutely wasn't. It just put me in a haze. I was unproductive. I didn't actually get anything done. I was just a dreamer. Like, I just wanted to become a musician, but I didn't actually do anything solid to make it happen. And so yeah, that's just something I've found. Like, becoming sober was honestly one of the best decisions I made as a musician. It's just really helped me stay really focused and really clean and like clean-minded, and just like, yeah, zoned in. Okay, that is the end of the video. Those are all of my ideas of how I've been going all in this year and, you know, gradually over time over the past few years. And so I really hope there was some value in this that you can take and that you can start going all in. And honestly, if you're here now at the end of the video, like, you've got to go all in now, man. Like, you got no choice. You gotta do it, okay? You gotta do it, man. It's rewarding as well, like when you put in the work every day and when you're just so focused and zoned in on building your music career every single day. Yeah, man, it feels good. It feels good. That's all for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to vibe and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.